once again, coming at you with another edification, quick edification of love. I want you guys to look up forced blood draws. Certain states, certain districts, where if you get a DUI, they will take you and you refuse to take a breath life, they will take you and strap you down and force blood out of you. And that's just a start. That's just a start. What's going to happen when they says, well, let's not limit to DUI. Let's go on to whoever's a fourth waiver, or whoever has a felony, or whoever's on a no-fly list, which you need to look up no-fly list, because they're slowly closing the door that whether you have a passport, when this country starts to become on fire and consume the inhabitants, you won't be able to leave. But besides that, is they will strap you down for a misdemeanor charge and force blood out of you. So that's just the paved way of something worse. What happens when they're going to say it's a law, everyone needs a microchip, and whoever doesn't get a microchip, they make it to where they could run your license plate and see if you have a license, you've been chipped. And if not, they pull you over and they force you to get the chip, or they force you to get a mark, or they force you to take your blood, or it's becoming more and more militant. Is pretty soon this whole land will be like a FEMA camp. And so I challenge you guys to look up forced blood draws. You'll see that they strap these people down and they put them in. This is for a basic. You got pulled over for something that's a misdemeanor, and they just have probable cause that you have a DUI. And maybe some of them are drunk, maybe some of them are DUI, but they put them in a neck lock, or where they lock their neck and they strap them down and they force blood out of them. That's just a start. So with all that said being done, look these things up. This land is going to eat up the inhabitants. The own enemy will not be people crawling in your backyard trying to steal your food, or the lights go out and people robbing you, and rapists running wild. The main thing will be the people in authority, the police, the military, the government. These will be the same people that will come and consume you. So with all that said being done, keep standing. Don't drop standards. And another thing, I challenge you. Where is your spiritual leader? Where is your pastor, your evangelist, your pastor, your teacher, your elder, your bishop, your deacon? Why aren't they warning you of these things? Why do you have to do independent research? Why aren't they watching and praying? Are they putting any diligence, not only in your soul salvation, but also with how to deal with persecution to come? If we see a tornado, there was a story about a preacher. He owned a church. He had a congregation, and there was a tornado warning, and him and his family evacuated to another house they had out of state until the tornado passed, and then he came back to his congregation. So he left his whole congregation there to stick it out, and he himself left. I am not a hireling. It says, a hireling, when the wolf cometh, he leave, because he's a hireling. The Almighty has raised me to take care of the flock that he has at San Diego, for me to be there for the flock to death. And I'm going to do my best to get people to be saved and be able to stand with persecution, because the people in this Bible, the people, our forefathers, they died for the Sabbath, or they died, when you read in the Apocrypha, they died so they wouldn't eat swine's meat and eat food offered up to idols. These apostles, they died for this gospel's sake. So not only just believing, but are you willing to die for what you believe? Because we see in Revelation, it says he's going to make war against the saints, and he's going to wear out some of them. And we see in Revelation where some of the saints that are asleep, they're saying, when are you going to, they're crying out to the Almighty, the Heavenly Father, when are you going to avenge us? He says, not yet, because some of your brothers need to be martyred or be killed for my name's sake. And so we see that persecution will come across this whole planet to the saints of the Most High. And what are you doing to be prepared? Or is your pastor preparing you for that? Or is he just saying, oh, we're just going to pray? Which you do need to pray. Do all things by prayer and supplication. But at the same time, whether you're getting food, whether you're getting water, whether you're having a location where all your congregation meets up, your leader should have something in place to where when persecution hits, you guys got a contingency plan. And if he doesn't, then maybe he's not led of the Almighty. Because how is it that sinners, unbelievers, will know? They have a TV show called Doomsday Prepper. and some of them are a little loopy in the head, but some of them actually are make sense, and they know that this land is going to be consumed. This land is going to be haywire, and they see that. And some of them make bunkers or collect food or do this and do that and meet up with other people, and then they get demonized. They're called preppers. Or if you become off the grid, you're an enemy combatant. You're a threat because you're becoming more independent, because you grow your own food and you produce your own electricity and you have your own water, and you don't need no assistance from the government, so they can't control you. So you see, sinners or atheists know enough to say, hey, I need to start getting more food. I need to start getting more water. I need something to protect my family. I need to start learning how to wash my own clothes without a washing machine, and get mason jars and preserve my own food, and go back to how they make my own butter, have my own chicken coop, milk my own cows, and go back to how it used to be. And they're considered a threat. But these atheists know better than sometimes the children of light, because they're preparing, and there's no way they're going into the kingdom. There's no salvation for them, but they're trying to protect their natural body, which will soon die and get cast into a lake of fire. And us, the people of the Almighty, we know that we have everlasting life, and yet we make no preparations for us and our kids. And you can say, well, if we die, yeah, but what about if you have kids? Do you really want your kids to suffer because the choices you make? Do you really want your brothers and sisters to suffer because the choices you make? Because you choose to enjoy the luxuries of this land, or you choose to not prepare yourself? So let's say if it's just a flood in San Diego, because we just had some floods recently. If I know there's a flood coming and I choose not to get extra water or get food or get extra batteries or get these things, and yeah, I'm in the Lord, and yeah, I'm predestinated onto salvation if I keep these commandments and do those things that are pleasing in His sight. But this flood comes, or this earthquake comes, and now my family's starving. Now it's like the whole Hurricane Katrina, or the where the domes, what was that? Where the flood came, destroyed? Katrina, there we go. Or the Katrina that happened. And because these people didn't prepare, they're getting looted. They're robbing grocery stores. They're going into that dome because they didn't prepare their family for a flood. And yet there's something, the flood comes and sweeps your whole house, but maybe you had some food storage, some canned food, or maybe you had some power, or maybe you had an extra gasoline to get in your boat, or whatever the case may be. You should always, especially as someone that has a flock, or someone that's in charge, a pastor, elder, bishop, deacon, or if you're just a brother or sister in the Almighty, what are you doing for your family? What are you doing? You see, with all these police officers killing unarmed people and getting acquitted of all charges, you see how the judicial system is garbage. You see how all these laws to take your guns, to take your to make it illegal for you to grow your own food, make it illegal for you to collect your own water. If you have a certain amount of food in your house, you're considered an enemy combatant. They already made it illegal for you can't have more than 3 weeks worth of food in your house, and that's illegal. Why would you pass a law where people can't collect food? Why would you do that unless it's wicked laws? Just because it's a law don't mean it's not wicked. So with all that said being done, look up forced blood draw. Forced blood draws. No refusal. They will force you to get your blood. With that said being done, keep standing, don't drop standards. Shalom.